3 reasons why you should stop vaping and breathe air. Number 1, it's killing you. Let's just get this out of the way. Please, any vapors watching, can you please name all the ingredients in your vape? I'm waiting. 3, 2, 1, time's up. Okay, nobody knows what the hell's in their vape. You might as well be snorting arsenic, injecting it into your veins because you have no flippin' idea. And what's your excuse? Well, actually, it's strawberry flavor. I guess that makes it okay. It is strawberry flavor. Well, doctor, I'd like my lung cancer strawberry flavored. In fact, drop in HIV, but make it orange flavored. Get this hair out of my... I swear to God, Gen Z will eat anything as long as it's like packaged in a way like a good flavor or something. I could put a firebomb inside like a orange flavored Mars bar and half a Gen Z would light themselves up. I genuinely think this is some weird case of brain damage. So a couple other things is it's bad for your heart, it's bad for your lungs. The nicotine is toxic, raises your blood pressure, increases your heart rate, and then your heart goes da-dung, 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 and then it just explodes. I've actually seen it. I've seen people's hearts explode. I'm not lying. I'm lying. Okay, I have not seen that. Another thing that's kind of iffy is that your brain is still developing until the age of 25. So I'm just going to assume that most of the vapors are Gen Z, just below 25 age. At least that's what I've seen in my experience. So if your brain is still developing and you're giving it all these substances, you're giving it nicotine, I feel like you're giving yourself brain damage. Is that am I correct? Any scientists? I'm fairly certain you have brain damage. Okay, point number 2, you're instantly the least cool person on the entire planet. Now, you probably thought I was going to talk about addiction. Oh, you can get hooked on vapes. This is so bad for you. Oh, maybe it's less harmful than smoking, but you know, vaping is still bad for you. No, I'm just going to point out how much of a fucking loser you are. And that's coming from me, probably the biggest flippin' weirdo on this platform. Okay, never mind. There's a bunch of files on here. Okay, never mind. One of the weirdos, I'd say. Oh my God, I would like to illustrate it, but I'm too lazy to edit this video. But just imagine probably the biggest fucking doofus, like just picture that in your head. That is the caricature of a vapor, basically. And I'm not saying this because I bully people on the internet for fun. Okay, I'm not saying this because I'm a mean person. I feel like everybody thinks this as well. Like, point number 1 was about catching terminal lung cancer, but there's something far worse you could be catching. You could be catching cringe. And imagine being called cringe on the internet. Couldn't be me. Imagine, like, you know, you could have poisonous metals flowing in your veins and stuff, and that's all right. That's like nothing to be concerned about. But imagine showing up in one of my Gen Z videos, bro. Imagine me being like, hey, you're cringe, and then everybody like goes, look at this guy, cringe. Fate worse than death, I'd say. And point number 3, I personally just really dislike smokers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Pegasus. Smoking is different than vaping. Well, yes, this is an excuse to go on a long personal rant about why I dislike smokers, and then I'll tie it into vaping, okay? Some of you might have heard the story already, but hey, you're on my 3rd channel. You love me, apparently. So, if you're a smoker, I respect you, okay? I respect your decision. You probably know it's bad for you. You're living life. You don't really care, right? You're like me with McDonald's chicken nuggets. You know it's bad for you. You know it's got 6 billion ingredients, but hey, I like my nuggies. It goes nicely in my tummy wummy. I'm not high on mushrooms. I don't know why I say that. I don't take anything. I don't know why I keep incriminating myself. So to the smokers watching, I respect you, but your fellow brethren have caused me much personal trauma. So when I was a wee little lad, right, every single day I'd have to get up to go to school. I was like one of you peasants, right? School, am I right? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'd go down every day, and then I'd sit in this little line, and sometimes you'd have to move to, I don't know, catch up for the bus or whatever. But basically, what did I endure? Anytime I took like one single step outside my house, my street was filled, absolutely filled to the brim with smokers, right? Smokers, a horde, just absolutely everywhere. The air was absolutely disgusting. This looks like my legs are huge. The air was disgusting. I personally cannot stand the smell of smoke at all. It makes me want to absolutely seppuku. Every single street was filled with cigarettes, and apparently it causes brain damage because these smokers could not have the courtesy of putting the cigarette buns or whatever you call it back in the trash right after they're done. They would just leave it on the road, and there would be a line of them. It was crazy. It would be like thousands and thousands, and there's like a daily cleaner. So I'm like, how is there thousands stacking up here? This is crazy. People are absolutely nutty over there. So, you know, littering, whatever, don't really care. You know, it's just annoying to see or whatever. But it's like if somebody chopped off your family member's head and then put it in front of you before you walk to the graveyard. That was probably the worst comparison I think I've ever done in my life. But yeah, basically it was foreshadowing what was to come. So I'd see like a long line of cigarettes, right? And then I'd get that whiff. Oh my God. And then the second the smell penetrated, no, I don't know, whatever, ingested into my nostrils, right? When the smell reached, it was like a gut punch. It was like Mike Tyson KO'd me, dude. Just a whiff of that. It's so absolutely disgusting. I don't think is there a single smell in the world that is worse than a smoker, like the cigarette smell? Because personally, I can't think of a single one, except, you know, that medicine you had when you were a kid. It's like the thick syrup one, and then I would take like 1 hour to have it. You had that little cup, and I'd be like, Mom, I don't want to take it. And then it would smell so agonizingly bad, dude. Oh my Lord. So that's probably number one. Cigarettes are close too, though. So yeah, basically, I've had this secondhand smoke, and then pretty much every day, all of the time. Now, I was an intelligent kid, so I'd kind of dodge everything, right? So I'd hold my breath, I'd run across the, you know, the line of smokers or whatever the hell. So yeah, it was this unavoidable piece of shit thing. And I think, you know, I must have accumulated some secondhand smoke. I've probably smoked at least one cigarette just from each whiff every day, half a second whiff, you know? Now, it probably didn't do any damage at all because, you know, you're probably like, unless you're trapped in a lift, which I have been actually before. If you're like trapped in a lift for like, I don't know, several hours with the smoker, I've been trapped for like, I don't know, couple seconds or whatever, you know, when you're in the goddamn elevator. But yeah, if you're trapped for like a couple hours, then you're kind of screwed. Or if your mom and dad smoke and you're a kid, those are the worst. Absolutely horrible. If the child develops lung conditions, goddamn, you need to fucking like sue the parents or some shit. But anyways, yeah, didn't do any damage. It was just that smell, man. I absolutely hate that smell. I don't even think it's the smoker's fault. Like, why did they have, like, what combination of chemicals smells worse than my grandma's ass, man? And don't ask me how I know what my grandma's ass smells like. That is a story for another day. Anyways, that's why I hate smokers. At least the one thing I can appreciate about vapes is that you don't have that smell. At least when I was close to a vapor, like, I don't know, I didn't get any smell unless that happens too. It's not even nearly as bad as cigarettes, so yeah. Anyways, last time I made a video on smokers, a lot of people actually quit and they cited like my rant as the reason to why they quit. And that really shocks me, like grown adults actually care what I say when I'm just kind of memeing on the internet here. But yeah, man, if I can help anybody, that's cool. Anyways, that's it. I need to sleep, man. Bye-bye.